So, another laptop review in this COVID pandemic. So, today we are going to look at the cool XBOOK laptop. This laptop retails for around 1000 ringgit Malaysia or 300 USD. You can get it on AliExpress if you're an international buyer, or Lazada or Shopee in Malaysia. Now, before taking a look at the laptop itself, we're going to unbox the packaging. So, we're going to remove the laptop to one side for a minute and see the free stuff. You get a generic mouse, some warranty card, information, pamphlet, and we have literally the worst mouse pad, power adapter, and this is a international power adapter. Now the laptop is actually placed in this laptop bag inside the box. So we're gonna remove the laptop, but first we're just gonna take a look at the laptop, which is very high quality. The inner lining is like velvet or something like that, and then there's even a side pocket on the sides. So I mean, you know, sometimes you get a very cheap laptop bag, but this feels a bit more high quality than the usual. The reason why I keep reviewing laptops specifically from Cool is because I find that they are very cheap and provide very good value for what you're getting. And I find that during this pandemic era, I do feel that laptop is very important for people working from home, and even I'm using it for my son's school studies. Now onto the specs. It's powered by an Intel Celeron quad-core processor with an 8GB of DDR4 RAM along with 256 M.2 SATA SSD. It has a 14-inch screen with narrow bezels, dual Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, dual band Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and backlight illuminated keyboard. Although it's a 14-inch laptop, as you can see, compared to the items that I'm placing besides the laptop, it is actually quite small because of the narrow and slim bezels. The laptop is also lightweight for everyday carry. It weighs around 1.7 kilograms. And in terms of dimension, it is actually very slim with a width of around 33 cm, length of 22 cm, and thickness of around only 1.7 cm. So now if you're wondering is how thin is actually 1.7 cm, it's actually barely thicker than a mobile phone, as you can see. So considering this is a whole laptop, it's a very slim laptop indeed. I would say that the slimness is similar to a MacBook Air or a Lenovo Yoga or maybe the Dell XPS. So if you're planning to carry around this laptop, I think it's very doable. Now onto the ports, we can see that on the right side there's a microphone and headphone jack, USB 3.0, and one micro SD card slot. And on the left side, we can see a mini HDMI port, another USB 3.0, and a 12-volt power connector. On the back, we can see a speaker and a slot to replace the M.2 SSD. Keep in mind that the RAM in this laptop is not upgradable and is soldered on. Now speaking about the M.2, I'm a very realistic person and I know this is a budget laptop, but the previous Cool laptop was a bit disappointing because it uses a very slow SATA SSD. This meanwhile is a much faster M.2 SATA SSD. So as you can see, the speeds are typical for a budget SSD speed. So this results in a very drastic improvement, especially when you compare, as you can see, the boot times of the laptop. This laptop can be booted up in as low as 12 seconds. So a vast improvement compared to the last Cool laptop that we reviewed. Now the combination of slightly upgraded specs compared to the previous Cool laptop, this laptop has 8GB compared to the instead of the 6GB of the previous laptop, and the 8GB is also DDR4 instead of DDR3. The processor is more or less the same, but it's a newer generation Gemini Lake processor, and also the SSD is faster. This results in a slightly better experience as far as daily computing is concerned. But what about heavier tasks like gaming? Now, regarding the talking about gaming, so if the question is simply as can you game on this laptop? Yes, no problem. As you can see, I mean, you cannot play like AAA games, but you can play like esports game like Valorant, Dota 2. I think even PES and FIFA is also capable at this laptop. I mean, I consider this to be incredible considering right now I'm gaming on an Intel Celeron with literally integrated HD graphics. So who said you need expensive PC to game, right? See, you can game in even a cheap laptop. However, keep in mind that the experience is not the best, and also the bottom side of the laptop gets very hot after gaming for around 20 to 30 minutes. Now regarding productivity task, as you can see, I'm editing this very video on this laptop actually. So as you can see that The performance for video editing is okay. It's not too bad as long as the files are not big and you don't do any complicated editing. As far as overlays, simple cuts, adding tracks, simple video editing I think is very possible on this laptop. However, regarding gaming and video editing on this laptop, there are a few caveats that I will discuss at the end of this video. Now, looking at the touchpad of this laptop, I do like it very much because number one, it is a Windows Precision touchpad. And then number two, it's actually very large. I like that they try to maximize the space available for them and make the touchpad actually wider. But it also supports multi-gesture like, pinch to zoom and things like that. So it's a very good touchpad. Keyboard of the laptop is also very nice. It's actually a chiclet style keyboard. And also amazingly during typing, as you can hear right now, it has a very good click and feedback. I mean, it's not mechanical or anything, but it's very nice. The keyboard is also well spaced with a good set of keys, but there's one important feature that I really love about this, and this is it, the backlight. I mean, it's not the best backlight in the world with only 2 modes of adjustability, but having backlight and not having it at all makes a world of difference. The connectivity is also improved compared to the typical budget laptop. Keep in mind that this laptop only costs around 1,100. So this laptop actually has dual band Wi-Fi, so both 5 GHz and 2.5 GHz is available. So as you can see, unlike the previous laptop, the download speed is not capped at 50 megabit per second. If I'm not mistaken, it can go up to 300 megabit per second. So all you guys Unify users, don't worry, your speed won't be bogged down by the laptop. There's also Bluetooth 5.0 on this laptop, and connecting is very easy and the connection is stable. I would say typical of a Bluetooth 5.0. Okay, remember when I said that yes, you can edit on this laptop. However, there are a few caveats, and one of the caveats is that you need to make sure that you either shoot in 1080p or if the footage is in 4K, you need to downscale it to 1080p first, because this laptop is not powerful enough to handle 4K resolution or any resolution, in fact, above 1080p. So if you want to edit on this laptop, there's no problem, but make sure that you downscale to make the files a lot smaller and more manageable for the laptop. Now onto the gaming caveats. Yes, you can play games, however the FPS frequently dips below 30, which is less than ideal. However, you can try to follow this guy's channel, which is a very cool channel in which he plays game on his dual core Celeron and 4GB of RAM, which is even worse than this laptop. If you follow his tweaks, I'm sure the FPS can go stable above 30. However, I didn't really test because honestly I don't really do gaming on slim laptop like this. So another disappointing feature is that when I bought this laptop, I saw the vents on top of the keyboard and I saw, aha, so this laptop has a front-facing speaker, but it wasn't. It's actually only decorative and the speaker is actually only downward-facing. So that was disappointing, and the sound quality was just as bad as the previous laptop, which is only on par with a phone speaker. Now another issue with this laptop is actually the build quality. It's actually made of plastic and not aluminium, and this causes a bit of problem. As you can see, the laptop flexes a lot, both at the top and the bottom panel. Luckily, I think below the keyboard deck is reinforced with metal, so there's not a lot of flex, at least not significant. The plastic build quality of the laptop also rears its ugly head here. As you can see, there are a few scuffs and scratches on the laptop already, and I only had this laptop for only 1 month, although it was under heavy usage with me daily driving the laptop. I do feel that if you're aiming for a slim and light laptop, it is advisable to get one with a metal chassis so that it's more sturdy. But again, at this price, I cannot expect it to have a metal chassis. Okay guys, thank you for watching until the end of the video. If you haven't subscribed, do consider to support my channel and subscribing. In terms of summary, I think I already said everything I need to say about the laptop, what I like, what I don't like about this laptop. However, when purchasing anything, especially IT products, you have to always keep in mind the price. And the price of this laptop is actually very cheap. It's only 1,000 ringgit. I went out with my mother, and we went out to look for a laptop for her. And I was surprised, even until today, laptops are still costing 2,000, 3,000 ringgit from a reputable brand like Acer and Asus. And to my disappointment, even some of the laptops are still offered in 4GB variant, which, I mean, to me, if you're going to charge 2,000 plus for a laptop, at least give decent specs, right? This is already 2021. I mean, for me, the minimum requirement for a laptop, in fact any PC, is actually a quad-core processor, an SSD, and an 8GB of RAM. So to me, that this laptop able to nail all that specification with the low price point that it offers is actually very good. Sure, there are some shortfalls. I'm particularly disappointed with the speaker because I intend to watch like Netflix on this laptop. However, I find that I always need to use my earphone if I need to watch like YouTube videos on Netflix using the laptop, because the speaker is actually not very strong. Otherwise, I guess that's it. Anyway guys, stay safe. Don't forget to vaccinate, especially for people, especially right now given the COVID pandemic, and stay safe, be healthy, and see you guys next time. Ciao.